Ever notice how money, like, instantly makes things awkward? We're not supposed to talk about it,
Right.
right? But then someone throws out a number, an athlete's salary especially, and suddenly everyone's hooked.
It's like this weird taboo, but we can't look away.
Exactly. And today, we're diving into one of those moments, an exchange on NBA TV where things went, well, let's just say a little off script.
Oh, late on me. What happened?
So there's this news article, right? And it details this whole interaction between former NBA star Sam Mitchell and host Chris Miles. And money. Definitely a factor.
Athletes and salaries should be an interesting deep dive.
You said it. So picture this. Your typical sports debate show. This time it's about whether NBA coaches should get Olympic medals along with the players. Mitchell, being a former coach himself, throws out this joke saying how coaches' value in international play seems kind of, overlooked. Like typical sports debate banter, right?
Setting the stage for a lively back and forth. I'm guessing that's not all.
Oh, there's more. So Miles, he jumps in with this. I'm surprised coaches get a paycheck for this show. Maybe you should do a pro bono, my friend. And that is when things took a turn.
Yeah, I can imagine that didn't land well with Mitchell.
You think? Mitchell's reaction, it wasn't just, haha, good one. It got really personal really fast. Like, he starts off by saying his salary practically is pro bono already. Then accuses Miles of bragging about his wealth.
Ouch. Okay, I'm starting to see where this went south.
And just when you think it can't get more awkward, Mitchell threatens to put Miles' home address out there, live on air.
Whoa, hold on. To go from a salary joke to threatening someone's privacy, that seems like a huge leap.
Right. Like, yeah, it's about money on the surface. But you get this feeling there's something else going on, some deeper power struggle.
Oh, absolutely. To try and shut someone down by bringing up how much they make or don't make, that's a power move all day long. And it's more common than you'd think.
And you have to wonder, especially with athletes, their careers are short, super public. Maybe there's this extra layer of sensitivity around money, that whole what comes after basketball thing.
I'm ready for more. This is juicy.
Oh, it gets better. And trust me, what happens next? You won't believe it. So Mitchell, he doesn't just leave it at a vague threat. He actually starts calling out specifics.
Specifics? Like what?
It's like, oh, you've got that beach house in Florida, that townhouse in Buckhead, Georgia. It's like he's trying to say, I see you, I know your finances, I know where you live. Super creepy.
Okay, yeah, that's not just an offhand comment anymore. It feels really pointed, especially after that whole salary dig, almost like he's trying to take Miles down a peg.
And it gets worse. He even points out that Miles isn't even home at that moment.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like, oh, and by the way, I know you're not even at your fancy house right now. Adds this whole other level of I'm watching you to the whole thing.
He's going full-on stalker now, on live TV.
Right. And the article, it talks about how Miles is reacting, and it's this total stunned disbelief. Like, you can practically hear the nervous laughter through the words.
I can only imagine. I mean, live TV is one thing, but to have someone throw your salary in your face, then start making veiled threats and airing out your personal info, talk about a nightmare scenario.
And that's what's so wild about this whole thing, right? It's like this very public display of what probably happens all the time behind the scenes. Money, ego, power struggles, it's all just out there in the open in this super uncomfortable way.
Makes you wonder what was really going through Mitchell's head. Was this like a calculated move to throw Miles off his game, try to win the debate that way? Or was it more like a total heat of the moment thing, driven by something way deeper?
Right. Is this just what happens on these sports debate shows? Like, is this level of aggression just par for the course? Where do you even draw the line between, like, playful banter and just taking things too far?
Big questions for sure. And as if things couldn't get any weirder, just when you think it's over, it takes another turn.
Oh, yeah. Buckle up. This is where it gets really good. So they kind of move on, right? Start talking about some random preseason game.
Damage control. Everyone's pretending it didn't just happen.
Exactly. Like, okay, crisis averted, right. But then out of nowhere, Mitchell brings it all back.
He doesn't let it go after all that.
Oh, he doubles down. And you are not going to believe how he does it. So they're talking about this preseason game, right? And Mitchell just casually asks Miles, hey, did you ever get that pool put in?
No way. He actually went there.
Well, yeah. And then, as if it's the most normal thing in the world, he just mentions Miles's address. In Destin, Florida. On air.
After that whole blow up.
Yeah.
This guy, he's something else.
It's like he had to prove a point, you know? But what was the point? What do you think Mitchell was trying to accomplish with that?
It's kind of chilling when you think about it. Like, was it straight up intimidation? Humiliation? Did you want to show everyone who's really in control? I don't know. It's hard to say what goes on in someone's head.
Seriously. Makes you wonder, right? Like, where's the line between the on-air personality, the character they play on TV, and who they really are? Was this legit anger at Miles? Or, I don't know, some weird power play?
And the thing is, with sports commentary, it's almost like they're expected to be over the top, to stir the pot, get a reaction.
So are WE part of the problem then? Like, do we encourage this kind of behavior because we tune in for the drama?
It's something to think about. This whole thing, it just shows how a simple joke, even one about money, it can spiral out of control so fast.
It definitely makes you stop and think about those unspoken dynamics, you know? The power struggles, especially when you throw money into the mix.
For sure. And sometimes what you see on the surface, there's a whole lot more going on underneath.
Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into this very awkward, very telling incident. It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What would you have done if you were Chris Miles? Hit us up on social media. Let's keep this conversation going. Until next time, keep diving deep.